Blinkenlights is a hacker's neologism for diagnostic lights on old mainframe computers, minicomputers, many early microcomputers, and modern network hardware. Etymology: the jargon file provides the following etymology. Although the sign might initially appear to be in German and uses an approximation of German grammar, it is composed largely of words that are either near homonyms of English words or actual English words that are rendered in a faux German spelling. As such, the sign is generally comprehensible by many English speakers regardless of whether they have any fluency in German. Much of the humor in these signs was their intentionally incorrect language. Michael J. Preston recites the gem as being posted above photocopiers in offices as a warning not to mess with the machine in the first print reference from 1974. The sign is also reported to have been seen on an electron microscope at the Cavendish Laboratory in the 1950s. Such pseudo-German parodies were common in Allied machine shops during and following World War II, and an example photocopy is shown in the jargon file. The jargon file also mentions that German hackers have developed their own versions of the Blinkenlights poster, in fractured English. Attention, this room is for field MIT special electro-niche equipment. Finger grabbing and pressing the knobs from the computers is allowed for die experts only. So all the A-Euro left-handers A-Euro stay away and do not disturb in the brainstorming von here working intelligences. Otherwise you will be outthrown and kicked and swear. Also, please keep still and only watch and astonish the Blinkenlights. Actual Blinkenlights, with dramatically rising CPU frequencies in computer processors, the traditional front panel Blinkenlights soon became useless for monitoring computations and diagnosing software bugs. Still, they remain useful for indicators of power on-off status, hard disk activity and network activity on most personal computers. Very early computers had a tendency to fall over, meaning that they were unreliable. In order to know it was working, a set of lights were added that indicated the condition of the address bus and data bus, and sometimes the control bus. If the lights were blinking, the computer was doing something. If the lights stopped in a pattern, and had stopped doing anything, the problem might be found at the binary address displayed by the lights. These displays were useful because many programs might take days to complete, and the outcome would only be known when the machine spat out a card with an 80-character answer. Some computers had a diagnostic display very similar to many sci-fi movies, where the blinking lights represented the high byte address vertically, and the low byte address horizontally on an 8x8 matrix of lights. The experienced diagnostics engineer could watch the program and be able to tell what memory it was using and therefore which part of the program it was running, based on the activity of the blinking lights. The original IBM PC could have a diagnostics card plugged into it that used LEDs to show what part of the memory it was using, and show the memory address and data code on 7-segment displays whenever the card was manually locked or automatically triggered. The connection machine, a 65536 processor parallel computer designed in the mid-1980s, was a black cube with one side covered with a grid of red blinking lights. The sales demo had them evolving Conway's Game of Life patterns. The CPU load monitors on the front of B boxes were also called a Blinkenlights A-Euro. In the 1970s, at least one audio recording console company used the Gothic version for its mixing boards, which had a large array of controls and lights and blinking lights for the VU volume unit indication instead or in addition to needle meters. Several computer components, such as the Ballistics Tactical Tracer Memory modules from Crucial Technology and the NVIDIA Titan GTX, have user-controllable lights that can be configured to show useful information, such as the memory capacity used and the temperature of the components. This word gave its name to several projects, including screensavers, hardware gadgets, and other nostalgic things. Some notable enterprises include Project Blinkenlights and the Blinkenlights Archaeological Institute. Also, a telnet site, called TAL Blinkenlights NL, has an animation of Star Wars Episode IV, A New Hope on port 23 and a BOFH excuse server on port 666. See also, Faxlaw, front panel, macaronic language. References. Notes